Revolution, 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 kills evolution, revolution.
Okay, Deb and I, a couple weeks ago, we met somebody that impacted us here in the Cincinnati area, actually at a concert that we attended. We met him actually backstage at a Scott Weiland concert, and he so impacted us. We, instead of speaking with the band members, most of the time we spent backstage was speaking to our next guest. His name is Chris Bowser. He's actually a wounded veteran who, after only 19 days in Iraq with the U.S. Army infantry, almost lost his legs to a grenade attack. He's now medically retired and has started a nonprofit called Heroes Meeting Heroes, whose main mission is linking returning wounded military veterans with celebrities that they admire in an attempt to bring them a much-needed, earned, deserved break from their day-to-day grind, which can be so monotonous. Heroes Meeting Heroes strives to let their vets have VIP experiences with their own personal heroes. Fun fact, he's also the guy in the viral pic of a man and his pug with swapped faces on each other's shirts, of course. It has been seen by millions of people and shared by celebrities such as Ricky Gervais, George Takei's Camp, Rose McGowan, cast from The League, and It's Always Sunny, along with countless other popular pages such as a whole bunch of them. After a week, Ricky's post reached over 12 million people, and a German page reached over 9 million in that same week. Since the posting, one of the pages that shared it, a radio station, has had their copy of the picture shared over 500,000 times. He's currently working on finding ways to use the internet, his internet fame, from his viral picture to help raise money to benefit pug shelters such as the Kentuckiana Pug Rescue. And he joins me on the line right now. Chris Bowser, we wanted to share you with our newest listening audience on Off the Hook in the Morning on thetalknetwork.com. But welcome to Off the Hook in the Morning. What's going on?
Oh, not much. Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, thanks for getting up so kind of early. Actually, on the East Coast, it's kind of early, but thanks a lot for joining us.
Absolutely. It was awesome meeting you guys at the show. And fun fact is I woke up today, I saw that Scott Weiland had recently shared one of the videos we posted of him, of us giving him a hoodie. After we met that first night, he told us that he wanted one of our hoodies. So we got that knocked out and turned around, and 2 days later, we got to give it to him. It's awesome to have such support.
Yeah, very, very cool. This guy, Scott Weiland, he was doing a small venue in Cincinnati. I think he did an awesome performance. And what was really cool about it, it just struck me immediately when he got on stage and he took his jacket off and he had your T-shirt. That T-shirt he actually received from meeting with you backstage. And this is somebody that is at that level of legendariness, okay, where he didn't have to give you the time of day. He really didn't, but he took the time out to spend with you and also put your T-shirt on, which was a really, really cool thing.
It really was. Like I said, we get to meet a lot of cool people, and some people are more enthusiastic than others, and he's by far one of the most enthusiastic. When I handed him the shirt, he noticed that I had on a hooded sweatshirt, and he's like, "Hey, I want one of those too." And it was just to have him engage us and to give us the shout out on stage and to wear the shirt without any prompting. It was just one of those coolest feelings. It's hard to describe.
Yeah, it is a cool thing. And like I said, he didn't necessarily have to do that, but I thought it was pretty genuine. Now, tell us about your organization, what it does, and let's share that with our listening audience and direct them to, your website. And I think it's a really cool thing what you're doing.
Absolutely. Well, the concept of Heroes Meeting Heroes is that we take vets who are in their day-to-day struggle after coming back from war and try to get them out of that day-to-day grind and remind them that they're appreciated and link them up with artists, comedians, actors, and actresses that they look up to. Anyone. We've had people, Jeff Dunham, the ventriloquist. We've had requests for him. We've had requests for sports figures, fly fishing people. It's all across the board. There's different people who are influencing our vets, and our goal is to thank them by introducing them to who they look up to, whether it be just for a handshake and a picture, or if you have an artist who's more engaged like Scott is, where we could possibly set up a meet and greet or some sort of other event. And it's a really good way to get back to the guys who are coming back. But then also we have plans down the road for using our mission as another means to help out in the community with community service projects.
You know, yourself. Let's back up a little bit. Tell us your story, because you're doing something so giving, and you are actually one of the most qualified candidates for your own project. Tell us the story about what your experience was about when you went to Iraq.
Sure. I was a 19-year-old kid. Very green in the sense of my experiences, and got over there. And like I said, it was 19 days before one of the enemy threw a grenade into our Humvee, and my legs took the brunt of the blast. It broke both legs. It was still exciting over there. It wasn't mundane yet. I hadn't, been like, oh, war. It's still like, oh, wow, this is neat. Every day is different and fun and new, and just happened to be getting shot at.
Oh, wow. Yeah. At 19, can I ask you this? At 19 years old, in a war zone like that, didn't you feel, just looking back at it, didn't you feel like you were immortal in a sense?
Correction. My memory is toast. I was 21. I just now realized that, but still so young and not knowing anything and just eyes closed to the real world. But yeah, I did. There was a little bit of that immortal feeling. The day before I was hit, I was on the phone with my mom, and I told her, I was like, it feels like being on vacation with guns.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
It did. I mean, it's a whole new world. It was a whole new experience. Just happened to be that everywhere we went, we had lots of guns. And, yeah, it was, in just that short amount of time, my life has been so drastically changed.
So you remember the whole experience when you got hit?
Oh, vividly. Yeah, I unfortunately didn't pass out or anything, so I remember it all. Right when it went off, I was the gunner on top of the truck, by the way. I was facing the back of the truck. I was the last guy, so I was looking at everyone behind us. And, yeah, it was just, it was so quick, and there was not much anyone could have done differently to have changed anything. A lot of it was, by the fates aligning, where the grenade landed in relation to my legs, in relation to the box of 75 grenades that I sit on whenever we were driving fast. If that angle would have been different, we would have been all just destroyed. We'd have been pink mist. And so keeping that in mind, it makes a couple broken legs not that big of a deal. Yeah,
you certainly you survived it. Now, when did you start on this project, Heroes Meeting Heroes? You said, hey, I need to do something for others, or was it through your personal experiences you thought you needed to give to your fellow vets? What inspired you to do it?
A couple things. One, I found out I was pretty decent at interacting with people in regards to reaching out. I had a decent talent at that. Another part was after doing it, I sort of, before the concept of the organization, I ended up reaching out to a few people on my own, just saying like, hey, I'm a wounded veteran and I'm a big fan of yours. Could we meet? And that went pretty well. And a friend of mine suggested that I do this on a bigger level, and it just clicked. It was like, that's the greatest thing I've ever heard. I'm in a situation right now where I'm retired. So I have the time I can put to it. I have the energy and all that stuff that I can focus to making this a reality.
Dude, I want to tell you something right now. I want to say this on the air. I mean, you so inspired us. We were wanting to get an interview. As a matter of fact, as a result of us meeting you, we wanted to get back there and interview Scott Weiland. And as you saw, he passed us and actually went up. He went into backstage. But reflecting upon that, it was so cool to have met you, and we were so inspired by your project. We really want to do whatever we can to help, you and your efforts as to what you're doing with Heroes Meeting Heroes. We're very, very committed to veterans causes and yours, and we want to help you out as much as we can. That's why I wanted to introduce you to our listening audience. It's really a cool thing that you're doing, and I absolutely believe that the veterans deserve, just take the time out from their grind. So many veterans are suffering from PTSD.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the 22 a day who are taking their lives.
Yes.
And we seem to need to come home and fight another war to get the health care we deserve. And I think that's obnoxious.
Stay right there. Stay right there. I'm going to take a short break. We do really short breaks here. We'll go to a commercial break and come back. But I'm sincere. I want to help out however we can to promote your cause and help you connect veterans with their heroes. So we'll be back with Chris Bowser right after this, you guys. Awesome special person helping out awesome special people in the United States of America.
Hi, this is Mike Adams, the Health Ranger, the co-founder of TalkNetwork.com. And I'm thrilled to be able to announce today a whole new line of survival and preparedness hardware known as Ranger Gear. Our first wave of Ranger Gear products includes survival kits, solar lanterns, survival multi-tools, paracord bracelets, and even coming up soon, a multifunction survival shovel that no vehicle should be without. The full line of Ranger Gear survival products is available at the Talk Network store. That's at store.talknetwork.com. Everything we offer comes with a complete satisfaction guarantee, and during the Black Friday weekend, you can save 20% off this entire product line by purchasing any 3-pack of our Heritage Whey protein. Take advantage of this now at store.talknetwork.com. Buy any 3-pack of Heritage Whey and save 20% off the entire line of Ranger Gear.
Chris, here's the thing. Not to take away from what you're doing for these veterans that get a chance to meet their heroes. I want you to let's talk reality here, because we tell you the truth whether you like it or not. And the truth is, no matter what our politicians say, Barack Obama will stand up at the podium and say, I will not, on Veterans Day, he said some pathetic thing about taking care of our veterans. And I believe that if there's one veteran out there that is struggling with getting the appropriate health care they need, whether it be, them suffering from PTSD, not getting the appropriate counseling, they're stuffing pharmaceuticals down their throat. I don't think that's the solution to the problem. But you and your experiences, do you think that you're being adequately taken care of, considering that you survived something massive? You're retired, your injuries have actually caused you to where you can't work anymore. But do you think you're being taken care of medically?
Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that I feel because of the severity of my injury, I got bumped up to the priority 1 or the level or category or whatever they call it. I think there's like 7 of these categories of where you're at in regards to your injuries. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's my personality or if it's the fact that I'm a priority 1, but I've always gotten fairly decent health care. I've never had too many bad experiences. I'm also pretty understanding when it comes to things, so I don't get too cranky about stuff like that.
Dude, you know what? Hold on a second. Stop right there. Dude, I'm serious. I know too many jarheads and army dogs, okay, that'll kind of gut it up and say, well, I'm okay, and I lived through it, and, I'll make some exceptions to the rule. I think that somebody like yourself, no expense should ever be spared. You should never be struggling for anything. But I'm going to say this, that you're speaking like your typical army dog that just kind of guts it up. You've had some struggles, I'm sure, here and there. This is what I want. What I want to do.
Struggling 100% after all I've been through.
Yes, sir. You're certainly struggling. And here's my point: is that the awareness, okay, even through Heroes Meeting Heroes, that this will bring to those veterans that may not be as tolerant as yourself. There's a lot of veterans out there that are suffering, not getting the attention and the medical treatment that they deserve. Don't you agree?
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
Heartbreaking, dude. Oh, it breaks my freaking heart. It does. It does.
It's,
Now, your medical situation may be taken care of. Have you run into any other veterans that it's inexcusable what they're going through?
Oh yeah. I know so many people who don't even bother with trying to get health care at the VA. They've totally earned it. They're entitled to it. They have every single right to utilize it, and they don't want to just because they don't want to struggle with the VA. Is that like that? Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, how do you help that veteran out? You're right, man. The system sucks. Stick it out.
The system sucks, and there's way too many veterans out there that get so frustrated with it that there's a silent group of individuals that we don't even know about that deserve the appropriate health care and treatment, and they're just not getting it because of the frustration with the system.
Yeah, the VA, it's in like. That's all. It's a whole nother radio conversation.
It is. It is.
The most recent thing is that they can't legally get back the $400,000 in bonuses or something like that they just gave out due to these top officials who are just working the system. Everybody's trying to get paid, and no one's trying to do their job. And
it's crazy.
It's really frustrating.
You know what? And it's not a different conversation because what you're doing, believe it or not, in your ability right now, you're on, I believe, the precipice here of reaching a whole heck of a lot of people to bring awareness to this one issue right here. There are way too many veterans that are getting, pushed out. There's homeless veterans, and we were out in Phoenix, out in the street, too many homeless veterans out there that they literally have told me that they feel a sense of freedom being out there, and they're literally living in a war zone in the United States of America. They came out of one war zone, and here they are back in another one, and it's here on U.S. soil, unfortunately.
That's their preference because at least that way they know that if they're gonna be let down, it's gonna be by their own doing and not by counting on a failing system. And that's
right.
So sad. It's so sad, and we've got the means. It's cheaper to build shelters for the homeless than it is to deal with the homeless as a problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And there's options out there, but we just have a bunch of money-hungry idiots running everything.
Yeah, yeah, and here's the main point, and the main reason why I wanted to introduce you to our listening audience, and I want everybody to share this particular episode with as many people as possible. If you have a veteran out there, they've got a hero, they want to meet with them. Chris has literally, as a retired, medically retired individual who has served our nation, has suffered through this stuff. He's literally he's still serving our country in a very, very important way. And this is the message to be carried forward from this introduction here with Chris Bowser. Now, how do we get in touch with you? Now, of course, I'm going to offer this up. You can get in touch with us. We will connect you with Chris Bowser. But if somebody wants to go direct, do you have a website that people can visit or a way to get in touch with you?
Heroesmeetingheroes.com.
Okay, heroesmeetingheroes.com. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. And you said that for a while, the website, because of the work you were doing, you weren't necessarily, your website has a way to have an email sent to you so that people can get in touch with you?
Absolutely. I can be reached at chris@chrisbowser.net.
Okay. Fantastic.
That will go directly to you.
Awesome. So, so what do you do?
It's great.
You find out.
ChrisBowser.net domain.
You find out who this veteran's hero is, and then you contact the artist or whoever it may be. What if their favorite politician, Donald Trump, wants to meet with a wounded warrior? Do you reach out to somebody like a Donald Trump if they're? And I'm just saying, if it's a politician or or a public figure.
I really am working my hardest at making myself not have any political ties with the organization. So if there's a veteran out there who wants to meet him.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer.
Smile on my face.
You say that in a repulsed way, and I love the answer, dude. That was perfect. Yeah, that's great. All right, so Heroes Meeting Heroes. We will do our absolute.
My email would be more so for if you wanted to talk about the organization, but any requests should go to Heroes Meeting Heroes at Yahoo. Let me triple check because my memory is that awful.
Oh, don't worry about it, dude. As a matter of fact, we're going to help out however we can to connect you with the most important people that we're trying to serve right now. But we'll help out with that. Okay.
Here we go. It's it is the Heroes Meeting Heroes at Yahoo.com.
Okay, good deal.
And that's with an E, 2 E's, I should say.
Okay. All right, fantastic. And we will help you however we can. I want to be really dedicated to your cause. And besides, you're a local as well. So not that we, with the internet, we don't necessarily need to be that local. It's a small world anyway. But any final comments? Any comments before I let you go? And I thank you for taking the time out. It's not going to be the last time we hear from you. But
actually, one last thing. Since we met, I have spoken with the IRS and found out that Heroes Meeting Heroes finally received its 501c3 approval.
Oh, that is
the one stepping stone we've needed to have happen, that we can now move forward and do business legally and start raising money, start selling shirts, start selling hoodies, doing all the good stuff.
That's outstanding. So you're going to have merchandise to help promote the cause as well. That's awesome, Chris. Awesome. Awesome.
And again, on Facebook, super active there on Facebook, just looking up Heroes Meeting Heroes.
Okay, fantastic. Now, we're going to provide all the links. As a matter of fact, I think on the Pete Santilli Show page as well, we're going to set up a special page with all those links so that we can send them to you. And you know what, Chris, let me do this. I'm talking to Deb right now. I'm pointing at her. I want to make a second introduction of you to the Pete Santilli Show listeners. We'll make arrangements. Would you be willing to come on that show as well?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially now that we're going to be moving forward with progress now that we have the approval. I'd love to come back on and give updates, talk about recent events.
That's cool. Awesome.
We start getting some veteran testimonies to be able to share.
Yeah.
To let someone else's words be heard.
Yeah. What's the latest, the last or most recent connection that you've made that was what veteran met what artist in addition to Scott Weiland?
Man, I am horrible at being put on the spot.
No, don't worry.
Scott Weiland was the most recent that we did a few events with.
Okay.
That was actually cool.
Those are the kind of updates that I want to give our listening audience as we go forward. Got a veteran out there. He meets with his favorite artist. It's kind of like make a wish for our veterans, right?
It's exactly what I tell people. It's make a wish for returning vets.
Yeah, fantastic, dude. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you taking the time out.
Just your interest. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll get back in touch with you. And we'll bring you on the Pete Santilli Show as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It really means a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys, I'll tell you what, we are so committed, and we don't just talk. We walk our talk as far as our dedication to our nation's heroes, our veterans. And we will not let any one of them be forgotten. And this guy so inspires me because, you know what, he is the best candidate for the people he's introducing to their heroes. He's actually, one of those veterans that deserves but he gives up his life to help his fellow veterans out. And it's a beautiful story. Chris Bowser, we'll be right back.
This is TalkNetwork.com.
I'm Mike Adams, the Health Ranger, and I've just launched a whole new line of survival and preparedness gear called Ranger Gear.
No way!
Yes way. It's a whole new line of survival gear that can help keep you alive even if you're overrun by crazed college students.
We want our safe spaces!
I'm talking about paracord bracelets with safety whistles and fire starters right on the bracelet.
Austin, can we burn down this campus with it?
I'm talking about self-charging, solar-powered LED lanterns that you inflate by blowing it up with your own breath.
Did you just say we could blow something up?
I'm talking about an emergency fishing kit wrapped in paracord attached to a carabiner that you can carry anywhere.
Why teach a man to fish when we're all living off the government?
Yeah, and I'm talking about an extreme multifunction survival shovel with different tools embedded in each section of the handle.
Can we use it to dig up all the dead bodies left by the Clintons?
Find all this Ranger gear and much more at store.talknetwork.com.
Brush 'em off, brush 'em off. Hey, brush 'em off, brush 'em off. Hey, brush 'em off, brush 'em off.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Nappy Boy, man. That's what we do. Introducing brain, brain,
As you may already know, we get pretty passionate about our veterans. We literally, if you don't know this from Off the Hook in the Morning, and I remember taking the pictures with Lewis, the 22 veterans who were committing suicide every single day. We found out about that. We found out what Lewis was doing in Phoenix,
right,
about the problem with homelessness. We literally were so passionate. And we had no business whatsoever. Financially, we were struggling. We had no business. We knew that we had just enough money to get out there, to drive from Cincinnati. We drove all the way to Phoenix, and we were hoping we were going to be able to make it back. And our listeners came through. Fortunately, they saw our passion. Not a lot of people are really, unfortunately, fired up to take care of our, they're all real excited to, to send them to get, blown up, unfortunately. That's my political commentary. But these veterans just get left to the wayside. They don't get taken care of. But that didn't stop us, nor will it ever stop us from bringing attention to our nation's heroes, that I refuse to allow them to struggle the way they're struggling. And this is a good opportunity that Chris Bowser has to reach a lot of people through people like Scott Weiland. Scott Weiland did not have to freaking do what he did.
No, he didn't.
When he got on the stage, and it was genuine. And that type of artist, a legendary artist, to bring awareness to an issue like this is a very, very powerful way to reach a lot of people.
It is. And I just went to Chris's Facebook page for Heroes Meeting Heroes. If you guys have a Facebook, please go like that, check that out, support him. He's got some great pics in there, with Candlebox, Scott Weiland, of course. And that's just going through just a couple of things. And there's a great group shot of all these guys that help him out. And it's just amazing. So please go there, support that. Go to heroesmeetingheroes.com and chrisbowser.net and support him. And, look, this guy is approachable. He is so soft-spoken and so sweet.
Individual.
He is a great human being. And he really is.
I mean, I had to back up and have him tell his story, because this is a guy who says, wow, I want to help out other veterans.
Right.
And he is one of the candidates that needs help. And ladies and gentlemen, he does struggle, as far as I'm concerned, way too much. He struggles with his own medical care, and he's just that gutted up.
I love
Army
that
dog,
you brought that.
Tolerant, right?
I love that you brought that forward with Chris, because you are so right. We even saw homeless veterans who had open wounds in Arizona who were saying, oh, I'm okay. I'm all right.
Yeah.
It ain't nothing.
Yeah.
How many times did we hear them say that, and they had open wounds, and, were literally just filthy and living on the streets with no place to sleep. Yeah. And I think Chris brought something out forward too that is important to understand.